Oh man.
Now we're trying. It says we have an excellent connection, but it's being really slow.
Never an excellent connection at Deep South Homestead.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead.
Where is our...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, there
wait,
we go.
No, I still ain't got it.
Let's see. Let's see if we can't do this right.
I'm sitting here. He's playing with his tablet that he writes everything down, and he found something that I wrote in there.
You wrote in there, and
I don't know why.
And she don't know why she wrote it. I mean, it's 3 Bible verses.
I have to go back and look them up to see why I wrote them down.
I have no clue. I was looking at them. I'm like, I didn't write that. That's not my handwriting.
Yeah, it's my handwriting, and it's 3. It was Ezekiel.
Micah 5.
No, it was Micah 5, Isaiah 24, and Ecclesiastes 2. So I had to go. It's chapters.
It's chapters. I don't know what it is. Maybe...
I seen Flutie Lick come in. Hey,
did you?
I did.
I have been, man.
There's Trey. Oh well,
that's
it's Jen.
it's Jen using Trey's channel.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Danny's daughter Jen's for
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, had a good time.
Yeah.
And, had some good food.
Happy birthday, Deidre.
So.
Yeah, we had lots of good food. I mean, matter of fact, it looked like you went in a restaurant.
She had enough to feed more than
feed
one was there. Dolly has not had her baby yet.
No, Debbie, she hasn't had a baby. She's not even showing signs of having a baby. So evidently,
she's just one big cow.
She didn't breed the day we saw Dexter with her, and he got to her a month later, evidently. But she's always had her babies around Christmas. Usually between the 20th and the 26th or something like that, she usually has her calf. So
somewhere in December, yeah.
She was, I guess, on schedule.
All right. Let's see.
Oh.
Well, we missed last week.
We did miss last week, and let me explain something to you. A lot of people got all upset and got their panties in a wad and got all twisted up and thought that the world had come to an end. And
you reckon they thought we were raptured out?
I don't know.
I don't know what they thought.
I wished I had been, but what actually happened to me last Saturday, our ryegrass is coming up so pretty at Pecan Grove. I didn't want to drive through the ryegrass, so I was out riding around looking at it, and I was riding on the perimeters next to the wood line, and I was looking out to the side, and when I turned back around, a limb slapped me and a stick broke off in the back of my eye. And it's Saturday evening. You're not going to go to a doctor. There's no eye doctors here. So I just kind of dealt with it as much as I could because the stick was broke off back in behind my eye. And I think, was it the next day?
There's Susan from Lithuania. Hello.
Was it the next day that I actually got it out?
No, it came out that evening.
No, we live streamed that night. It didn't come out.
No, we did not live stream.
No, I mean, we were going to, but I couldn't because my eye was hurting.
Yeah, you couldn't see.
I couldn't see.
And it came out either later that night or the next day.
I think it was the next morning. It came out
and then another
Sunday
piece
morning.
Came out later that evening.
Yeah.
And it felt better, but it still was hurting.
Yes, and you can. I mean, I don't know if I can get here. It's still, it's still bloodshot pretty bad, but anyway, it's on the mend. It's getting better.
He still has the eye issue from previously, but that didn't hurt anything. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, it didn't.
It probably didn't help.
I thought maybe it might correct it, but it did not correct it. So.
So, yeah.
But anyway, it's a little bit better. Now, what we're trying this week is, I have a pair of, I don't know if you can see these. These are the blue glasses. In order to keep my eyes from, I can get right here. I see perfect when I get right here.
So if he said something looks weird, it's because he's trying to read through these glasses, and it's got that blue.
When I sit back here, it's just a little bit blurry, but when I sit right here, it's like perfect. Let's see.
Badonk, yes, LS took the tractor back years ago.
Oh yeah, they took that
We've had
tractor
a
back.
Kubota.
Oh gosh.
Several Kubotas.
We've had that Kubota almost 4 years now. 3 to 4 years.
Probably close to 4.
Probably close to 4 years.
At least
now.
3.5. Danny's well pleased with the Kubota.
Yeah, I'm very well pleased with that Kubota. I have had 0 issues with my Kubota. Literally.
He has put that Kubota through the ringer.
That Kubota has been a bulldozer. You know, literally, it has been a bulldozer. And I'm telling you, when I say it's been a bulldozer, it's been a bulldozer. I mean, I pushed up 6-inch oak trees with it and stumps out of the ground. I'd dig them up with it. So, you know, yeah, it's definitely.
Somebody was asked about water bath canning chicken broth. Do not do that.
No, don't ever.
Pressure can any meats or broths or anything like that.
Hour and a half, ain't it?
If it is just broth, it doesn't have to go that long.
But if it's got meat in it.
Check your times, but if you put any meat in it, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
90 minutes, whatever. Tell us about the new Kubota. I knew somebody was going to ask that.
Where do you see that at?
Tambra.
Huh?
Tambra.
Oh. Well, the little bitty Kubota that we had was bought from Ms. Wanda, and Ms. Wanda got killed on it twice. So, she would not drive it, period. And it just sit there. I mean, I used it occasionally.
He liked the grapple.
The grapple on it, I would take it and move trash around and spread hay in the fields so we could put the clover out in the fields and stuff like that.
But I didn't use it.
And we were paying a note on it that really was just not beneficial for what we were doing. And when we baled hay, we realized that it's going to be done in the dead heat of the summer. So, rather than sitting out there in the heat of the summer trying to bale hay, I decided, look, I lost a lot of time this past summer because I couldn't get out in the heat working on my tractor. I lost a lot of time in the wintertime because I was too cold to do anything. Or if it's raining, I can't get out and do anything. So we decided to go with a tractor with a cab on it that has AC, heating, you know, and all that stuff. It's completely loaded. Tilt, cruise, AM, FM stereo.
He could just sleep in there. It's
got a barbecue grill in it, and windshield wipers, a bed.
No, I'm just joking.
We're just joking. But,
it ought to have.
But anyway, it's like riding in an automobile.
But it's only enough room in the cab for one person. And you can't put stuff in there.
No.
So if he needs to take anything with him, it don't happen.
I have figured out how to carry a weapon in there, my shotgun. I did figure out how to make a shotgun. Yeah, it will fit in there.
Tambra says she's a Kubota person too.
Happy birthday, Mr. Ray.
But you know, we've been talking about the cab for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Danny did put the little
I put the roof over the 2501 to keep the sun off of me.
And ever since we got mine, we should have went ahead and got the cab. We just didn't. And he bought the, what is it, the type that...
It's a hydrostat. I'm not...
No, not that one. The one when you bought mine. It was a shift.
Oh, it was a shuttle shift.
Yeah. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't remember all the processes, and I like to kill myself twice, and so we won't go into that. But anyway, I refused to get on it. I just told him I'm not. Yeah. I won't even use it. And so this time he did get a shuttle shift. I mean a hydrostat.
Yeah.
So I can drive it. So it makes it when you stop, use the gas and the brake, it stops.
Yeah.
That's what I needed.
Thank you, Ted. Ted Vicneris, board certified attorney and CPA. Oh, I might ought to talk to him at some point.
Yeah, we need to see.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Thank you for a question answered through email. Also, what should I look for in galvanized raised beds? Any recommendations? I would look for the coated galvanized raised beds. Wanda and I are trying to deal with a company right now on some galvanized raised beds that are more, they're square, aren't they?
Oblong.
No, these were square, I thought.
They're rectangular.
Well, okay, rectangular. Okay,
Not
these are
square.
rectangular and they're coated so that the fertilizer won't eat up the galvanized in them. So once we know more about those raised beds,
they should be here. They may not be here before Christmas. I just don't,
I don't know. We've tried
they said when they get them, when they're available, they will ship them. That's the way these companies do me. And so I will have some type of raised bed, and we will try them. It's I think they're just they're painted.
Their galvanized has been painted with a particular kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's not supposed to affect your
non-toxic
food.
for your plants.
So we're going to be trying that. But somebody want to know what size is a tractor, and do you have to worry about the DEF stuff and all that?
There is. I stay below the anytime I stay below 26 horsepower. When you stay below 26 horsepower, there is no computers on or anything. The way I look at it is I would not take this laptop and put it out in a dusty field because it's a computer, and I don't want a piece of equipment with a computer on it out in a dusty field. I also refuse to deal with the depth system. I refuse to deal with regen systems because that's all done by President Obama, and it was a scam from day one. I'm not going to get involved in that, so I stay below that. It's a 26 horsepower 2601, whatever you want to call it, Kubota. That's why we don't do the computer stuff.
Miss Gail Watkins said thank you for the soil test kit that we sent to her. She said because of us, she's growing her first carrots ever. Y'all, Danny's carrots are up.
I got carrots.
6, 8
I got
inches
some
tall.
carrots that are 6 inches tall, and I got a whole bed of them that's about 1.5 inches tall.
Yeah, they're little bitty,
About
but they're
that tall.
just like hair.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and do an update this week. In my high tunnel, we had
We ate cabbage leaves for dinner today. Something got in Miss Wanda's high tunnel and eat the whole middle out of the cabbage. And I told her, I said, we're not throwing those leaves away because they didn't eat them leaves.
They
so
ate just the center.
We plucked all the big leaves off, took them home. And you know what? Cabbage leaves without the head taste just like collards.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
I added some of that leftover turkey we had in it.
That was fine. It worked out good. Let the chat roll here. I can't even.
Okay.
We're stuck in
slow mo.
in history here. There we go.
Okay. And so.
Hello, Mr. Buddy.
The
Hello.
others hadn't been touched yet. But whatever got in that one cabbage, I mean, they're beautiful. And I got little heads starting about this big in each one of the cabbages. And something got in that one and just ate the whole center out. I was sick.
Crypto Trucker says, are you having any trouble finding good seeds without GMO? Well, the truth of the matter is, for you to buy GMO seed is going to be very difficult anyway, unless you're licensed. Secondly, you shouldn't have a problem finding seeds that are not GMO. Most of the stuff out there, and I'm almost thinking about doing a video on this, about most of it's marketing schemes. They try to tell you, oh, it's non-GMO. It's kind of like going and buying a chicken in a grocery store and it says it's all natural. Well, heck yeah, all chickens are all natural. They say they're antibiotic free. Well, it's against the law to give chickens antibiotic in these houses.
It's a marketing scheme.
It's a marketing scheme. And marketing, and you hear this with YouTubers a lot talking about marketing. I don't believe in marketing. Marketing is actually lying to people. The industry of marketing is about telling a half truth to get somebody to do something, which a half truth is still a lie. So marketing is pretty much a lie. So we try not to get involved in marketing if we can help it.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody sends us a product, we do an honest review, and if y'all want it, fine, that's fine. But if we don't like it, we're going to tell you we don't like it. If we do like it, we're going to tell you we like it. And somebody asked here, but we don't really market ourselves.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Danny's got
I've got books
here.
over here that I've wrote stacked up here like crazy.
A lot of y'all are saying y'all grew carrots because of Danny this year.
I don't even talk about my books hardly ever.
We hardly ever mention them because I forget about them. We do videos and we show all our carrots and we show our stuff. And
yeah.
Here's our book sitting over here unsold because
we don't even mention
them.
But you know what? I'm going to mark it tonight. You know? Look at here. This is not a lie. This is actually a book I wrote. Every picture in this book is not a lie. It was taken from my property. We did not go on the internet and scam somebody else and steal their pictures. It's all our pictures.
I mean, every picture in there, in all 3 books, the English peas, the sweet potatoes, and the carrots, all were pictures that I took of our stuff. Most people go on the internet or Photoshop something or do something. Okay, get off of marketing.
Nadia, it's not too late to plant carrots in zone 10.
Okay, that's the one I was wanting to answer.
Yeah.
Which one of your old porch times did you ever put heat in your high tunnel?
No, we don't put any heat in our high tunnels. It's really not necessary if you use thermal mass and you learn how to do it. It's really not, you don't need it.
Yeah. Let me think what I was going to do.
Paul Ford says, ready to see some restoration videos on the mill and the hay equipment. We're getting there with the mill. I haven't had time to actually grind any cornmeal yet. The mill is ready to go. I just got to do it, you know. And I got to build a little snout thing.
Yeah. He's had other projects. We've been so busy, and we don't show it on YouTube, and we're not, or Patreon or anything else. We just don't show a lot of what's going on. For 6 months, we've been really busy on other projects.
Yeah.
And so everything has been taken a back burner.
Everything's taken a back burner because the world's fixing to come to an end, and we're trying to get prepared.
And we are doing cane syrup, possibly this week. It's a little late. We usually do it by Thanksgiving. And Danny said today, he said, we've really got to make this decision.
I got to make it.
We just got to stop and do this. So that's what we're going to do is cane syrup one day, and then the corn will last. Danny corn is what we're going to be grinding this year. Danny grew his own corn that he developed. Not really developed. I guess
I bred it.
Bred it up over a few years, about 25, 30 years ago. Thank you, Debbie.
Yes.
And so we had a wonderful crop this year. And it's holding really well in the cooler. We love our cooler.
I love that walk-in cooler. Let's see. Love runs rampant. Black water drums we use black tubs to plant in, and black water barrels is probably your best way to go for thermal mass, not the rocks.
Yeah. So we've got things going on, and we're going to be working with them.
Yeah.
We're trying to get our food system over at Pecan Grove where we know we can deal with that next year. We're letting Deep South kind of rest. And somebody asked about pineapples. They're growing well, but we haven't had any babies. We had about 4 or 5 this year.
We had 5 pineapples this year, but the plants are loaded with babies, and we just don't have time right now or anywhere to put them. We got like 100 of them, and we're out of room, to be honest with you.
Should we be concerned about this new virus? I don't know.
Oh, Susie Q is the one that sent the pecans?
Yes.
Yes, Susie Q.
Is it Susie?
Well, it's Thunder Chicken Ranch.
No, it's not. I don't know.
Was it Thunder?
We got a couple of Susies.
We do.
He wants to tell Susan. Her name is Susan.
Susan. Okay, Thunder Chicken Ranch.
That's her husband, I think.
Okay. Anyway, I can't
remember what hers is.
Y'all sent us some pecans. I want to tell you, those were the best pecans I have ever cracked. They come out in halves every time. They have the absolute best taste. Thank you so much for those pecans. I sit every day and every night cracking on those things when I have a moment, and I literally love them.
Okay, so while we're...
Okay, Miss Wanda has something we want to show you here.
I don't know if we can even show it.
I don't know if we can get it all up
here.
Put it... Can we do this here? I don't know if you can read it with all that background back there.
I don't know if you can.
This we had Grower Solution make this for us. It's called Pecan Grove. It's got pecan trees. It's got deer, turkeys, and other pecan trees and stuff like that. We have that made by Grower Solution for us for Pecan Grove. And you can also have them make signs for you if you want to
Yeah,
hang.
check it out. That's something new that they're doing. Now, this one was designed for us. They have some specific designs up.
Yeah.
And I guess if you wanted a special order, you can email them and ask about that. But they do
it's
have...
Jesus.
Jesus, that's it, and Thunder Chicken. Okay. That's who it was. I knew Susan. I just remember that. And we got so many Susans and...
Well, yeah, we got a ton of them on here.
So I couldn't remember exactly. But anyway...
Joe Mama said you showed it on a video.
Well, I showed it in the thumbnail last Saturday night
Okay.
when I did the community post that we weren't going live.
Okay.
And a lot of you didn't get the community post. So when you go to where you're... what is it called? Subscribe to us or whatever. Is that what it's called? When you hit the notifications, make sure it's all, because when I post on community post, it doesn't come to you unless you've got that all. You may be getting a video, but you're not getting the community post.
Right.
And so if we're not going to be on Saturday night, you can go to Deep South Homestead, go to the community tab, and glance down and see if I've posted something. That's where I post. And Grower Solution. I got on a Grower Solution shirt too. Y'all, their Black Friday sale is going through
December 3rd. No.
December 1st.
December 1st. I'm sorry. December 1st.
I think through December 1st. And use Deep South BF. And they got some good deals. And that's where our soil test kits came from. That's where the signs are coming from. Our high tunnel, irrigation, fans, lights, heat lamps.
Everything, just about everything we've ordered has come, for our high tunnels, has come from Grower Solution.
The shade cloth, everything. So, what else did I... Oh, we wanted to give some stuff away.
We got some things to give away.
I know what we're going to do.
We're going to do some giveaways tonight.
2 things right here. I'm going to send one of each. So, that makes sense? I don't know how I'm going to choose somebody.
I don't know how you're going to choose anybody either.
All right.
Okay.
Miss Deb, and we got lots of Debs in here.
We got lots of Debs in here.
But Miss Deb sent these books, and she said I could give away a couple of them. And this is called The Season of Change. And she did this, her husband passed away this summer, I believe she said. And she went on a trip, and she loves taking pictures and stuff like that. So it's got Bible verses, different sayings and things. Beautiful, beautiful pictures of God's creation where she was at. So we're going to give away one of these books with your turn.
I'm trying to find a pack of Danny corn seeds.
Yeah. So if you would like a book and the seeds, we're going to give 2 of them away. Y'all pop in some comments there. And Miss Lippy's going to find me a couple of people.
Jennifer says, scroll back through in the chat and put your finger on a random person. Oh.
Yeah. There's Prepping for Heaven. All right, I see a lot of people popping in. So it would make a good book for like your coffee table.
It would be a good book.
Plus, she said in her little note that this was kind of therapy for her. Doing this, it gave her something to do. And she has 2 others planned after this one. We have a 3rd high tunnel at Deep South for fruit trees. Yes, we do. So several people are saying yes. Miss Lippy, find me a couple of people and throw me an email or something in a few minutes. What else we got going on? I'm trying to think. Did we get any?
Lord, it's just spinning here.
Lippy, you got your work cut out for you.
Oh, my word. Come on. Oh, man.
I'm going to send the book and the corn together.
Yeah.
2 people. They'll get 2 people will each get the corn and a book together. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to trust Miss Lippy and them to do this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ads. Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry
we can't
about
do
the
that.
commercials. I can't.
I've tried to find a way to cut the commercials out, and they want their extra money, I guess. Poor Lippy. Yeah, I agree with you, Melinda.
Let me get up here where I can see this.
All right. So
it's
what
still,
else?
Guys, there's no way I can read what y'all saying. This thing is going so fast.
Can I grow peas in a greenhouse this winter? That's what you said.
It depends on what kind of peas they are. If they're field peas, no. If they're green like English peas, you can if you protect them. Oh man, everybody! I didn't realize there was that many people here again.
Yeah. Miss Lippy asked, how would you plant your corn? Would you plant it in a container or would you plant it in the field? Do you have room to plant it? That's what she's asking. Somebody's asking, can you grow Danny corn in a small backyard? I did see that. Where did I see that? DJ said, can you grow it in a small backyard? If you have enough.
If you've got enough room to plant let's say a 6-foot by 8-foot block of corn, then you've got enough room to plant some of the seeds. But now there's enough seeds in that pack right there. There's over 100 seeds in that pack, probably.
You could do that a couple of years.
You could do it for a couple of years.
But all it takes is saving one
ear of corn,
and you have your seed corn for the next year for most people. All right.
Monkey Food Garden says, Mr. Danny, looking for uses for tobacco other than smoking. Any ideas? Tobacco was used for years for worming. You can worm animals. You can worm people. I mean, it was a natural wormer for many, many years. So that is the other thing that it's used for. Plus, it's a good barter item when everything collapses.
All right, Rob said he just paid cash for 106 acres. I need to come shadow you and learn. We need somebody to come shadow and work.
we need a good neighbor. We got 106 acres, 108 acres for sale right next to us. The only problem is the guy wants a little bit too much money for it, in my opinion. But there is 100 and something acres for sale next to us.
Yeah. All right. Can I? Oh, you didn't answer that one. Susie Q North NC says her daughter just bought 64 acres and they plan on planting soon. Wow. See, a lot of people are picking up some nice land here lately.
Land packages, yeah. You said Miss Lippy picked 2 people.
I don't know, Lippy. You would you'd have to send it to me. I'm gonna have to check my phone because the chat's running so fast I wouldn't know. I don't have a clue.
Jay Robinson says, how do you clear field peas from a field? Volunteers just keep coming up. First frost will kill them. You won't have to worry after the first frost. They won't come back up.
The longest Rod Knockers
Fishing said, longest storage onion we can grow in the South. Rod, right now I am experimenting with a red Creole from Dixondale Farm. Their information says that it will store up to 6 months under the right conditions. So I have stored my onions in my walk-in cooler from last May till about 2 weeks ago.
What kind of onion?
I didn't say what kind. We stored ours about that long, didn't we?
No, they didn't. Well, they didn't last quite that long. Probably about a month or so ago.
Okay, so that's May. June, July, August, September, October. We stored our Texas Legends and our Savannah Sweets for 5 months.
Okay, here we go. Lippy picked 2 winners, William Kennedy and Carla Butler. So
yes.
Y'all need to contact me tonight with your addresses, deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. And I am going to be picking a winner over on Patreon for some electroculture rods. I just hadn't had time, and we'll get with Mr. Mickey and Miss Kathy on that. All right, so Miss Lippy did pick some.
Oh, you better write those names down. Okay.
Well, she can send them to me.
Okay.
All right, now this one, T-Bear wants to know, did our zone change? Theirs did. What do you think about the results? I don't think our zone changed, did it?
I haven't looked, to be honest. I don't usually go by zone charts. I go by my own weather. I save weather information every day, for the last, I don't know, 10 years, I reckon. And I go back and look at all my own weather. So I pretty much zone myself. I don't pay any attention to what, what's out there.
Jen, yeah, there are fake TikToks that have Danny all over the place. We tried reporting them, and I don't know that it did any good. People are taking his videos and taking clips and throwing them on TikTok like crazy.
It hadn't got our channel no benefit, so it ain't really done.
No, I mean, I don't know how you would stop people from using our stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what the process is.
Let's see. When is the earliest you can plant corn?
Depends on where you live at, Sandra. If you live in the deep south like us, we plant sometime from 1st of March to mid-March.
How are your onions doing, like your Dixondale onions?
Our onions are doing real good. Most of them are standing up pretty good. Now, the Savannah Sweets, I just this past week took the scissors and clipped the tops off of all of them, and hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, they'll be big enough I can transplant them out into the field area.
When did you plant your Texas onions?
We planted our Texas onions, about 2 weeks ago? No, when I built the raised bed, maybe a week ago?
It's been 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks since Chris was here?
Probably.
Okay, 2 weeks
Time
ago.
passes fast.
Man, you get to be my age, you wake up and the next thing you know, you're a year older, I mean, heck.
Chris could come every day and Danny go, did we seen Chris lately? I saw Miss Renata in here somewhere. She's planting her onions this week, it says. I gotta see how Miss Renata's doing. I hadn't had time to even message people here lately.
Yeah.
And if y'all send me emails and messages and you don't get response, I'm sorry.
Will Be Cool said McHenry's zone changed to 9A according to the USDA.
Well, then ours changed.
Well, then ours changed because we're about 3 miles from West McHenry Road.
We went through there where you said he's out here somewhere.
I told Wanda where you live at there will be cool.
We don't know exactly.
I don't know exactly, but I knew about where you live. If that's the case, then everything I've been telling on YouTube is true.
Exactly.
I told them.
But nobody said, and nobody believed you, and now they're all shouting it from the rooftops.
Yeah, even the USDA is changing it. I told y'all the weather was going to change. It's going to get hot. As a matter of fact, there's things I could tell you guys. I could tell you that the Deep South is going to become so hot and so dry, you're going to wish you wish you had water, and you're not going to be able to have any water. I could tell you that the whole East Coast is going to dry up. I could tell you a lot of things, and people would think I was totally nuts. But nope, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Woods Walker said they saw an Instagram post with the clip of Danny's porch time on it. It's not us.
It's not us.
Y'all can report it all day long. If it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, any of those, because we are only on YouTube, Patreon, Freesteading. Anything else? Just so they don't block us.
They don't block us. I don't care.
But whatever.
Dee said she finally got her onions planted today.
And we are thankful Dee and Donald are home, and they have working on a course of action with his illnesses, and we want to keep Donald in our prayers.
Yep.
And Dee as a health caregiver, because I have to worry about Dee sometimes.
You got to worry about Dee sometimes. Shirley Hahn, did you get any significant rain? The answer is no. We did not get any significant rain. We got half an inch one day, and we got 3/8 of an inch another day.
Kathy said, shout it, Noah. I mean, Mr. Danny. They will listen one day.
One day, people are going to realize that what I've told them is true.
Yeah, it's fixing to get cold. Now, Danny has said for years, when it's cold, it's going to be extremely cold. When it's hot, it's going to be extremely hot. This summer was extreme.
Yeah.
And we look this winter for our winters to hit some extremes. we don't usually have a lot of more than 1 or 2 days of really cold weather down in the 20s, but we might this year.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that there was some way that I could say things without getting in trouble, but we're on the hit list now, so I have to, you know, I kind of
Libby
got to
said,
watch.
"Rain? What's that?" She had a flock of birds pass by. Danny, tell us you are the only channel I watch about this stuff. Oh, okay. She's just saying, say what you can.
Well, I can tell you that there is a fault line on the western side of the Appalachian Mountains that no one's talking about, and it is a dangerous one. I can tell you that.
Yeah. So, fencing. We have our little greens and stuff in the dog fencing
We
coming
do.
up.
We have them coming
We'll
up.
probably do an update on that. We hadn't put the other dog fence up yet around the rutabagas. They're just now popping.
Yeah.
But we hope to get it Monday and get it put up before they come up and deer decide to eat them off. On the deer cam, we have what, 7?
8.
8.
We had 8 deer on our deer camera.
Danny says we don't have a couple of deer, we have a herd. So
Yeah.
that is what was getting into our greens patch that we had done, and so now we have dog fencing and stuff, and we're hoping to have some greens shortly.
Along with, so far, our bass and brim pond, the fish are still alive, and at Deep South, the catfish pond, we're not sure if there's anything alive in it because a lot of them died. But over at Pecan Grove, our catfish and brim pond over there, they're doing fine. As a matter of fact, we threw some feed out today, and they were doing good.
Let's see.
Hills Mill says, danger. Have you ever been in the Appalachian Mountains after dark? I have spent a lot of time in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm very much aware of them.
Yeah.
Susan Kritzer, it's the west side of Appalachia.
There's no deer in the freezer yet, but Danny's really threatening.
I started to shoot 2 the other evening, but I didn't have time to clean them.
Where did we buy our dog fencing? At Alexander Hardware here in town.
Yeah, local hardware store.
Let's see. Are you able to check your email right quick, Lou? I will see if I can while Danny's talking about something else.
Janice said hundreds of sandhill cranes flew over her place this morning. As long as they keep flying, I don't care. Them suckers will clean a pond out. Susie Q, North Carolina says, Danny, is a fault line east or west of the Appalachian Mountains? I said it's on the western side. Ray Ferguson wants to know, said, how's my knees doing? Actually, I've been wearing this brace that one of the subscribers sent me here, I don't know, it's been 6 months to a year ago. My knee has not given me any more trouble since I've been wearing that brace. I wear it every day, and it's doing really, really good. Bert Zorm says, when is your deer season? Sounds like you have to get a few to get. Deer season's actually going on now. Archery season's been open for a while, and gun season just opened. I just haven't had time to do anything.
All right, hand me one of each one of your books. Now, Lou, she is a friend of ours. We met her the first time at one of our gatherings, and we just love Lou. I wish she'd come down here and we could do a couple of videos together.
Oops wants to know, why are the sassafras dying? 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now,
it's been a while.
A disease hit all the sassafras trees in the Deep South down here, and it's wiped them all out. They're gone. That species will not be coming back, from what I've been able to find out from the forestry people. It has just literally wiped out all the sassafrasses. Now you'll see some little tiny ones coming up, but when they get to be about as big as your finger, they'll all die. Somebody wanted to know if I had any success in overwintered peppers. Yes, we have a pepper plant right now that we're fixing to overwinter for the 3rd year in a row.
Oh. So let me do this right quick, and Lippy can be looking, and you be picking out your next question. All right, these are Danny's 3 books. And Lou, like I said, she's here in Mississippi. She was at our gatherings. She wants to pay forward these 3 books. She wants somebody to have these books. So there were several people mentioned that they would like to order these books sometime in the future. If you guys would post again, Miss Lippy's going to pick one person, and then I need an email, and I will send these books to you from Lou, just Lou. So y'all let me know. Lippy will let me know it in a few minutes. All right, so what else? Can you propagate blueberries from cutting?
Yes, you can, but you got to use the top 2 inches of the limb, and it's got to be new growth. And
there's Active Agent. Hey.
Hey.
She's another one of my favorites. She's from California. Now she came.
She may not be there no more. Who knows?
Are you still in California?
You're still in California, or did you run?
But she was a sweetheart too. Now she came to the gatherings a couple of years in a row, and one year she went to pick up her car, and they wanted to keep her credit card until she came back. And she said, "No, I need my credit card." So she hitched a ride from the coast to Wiggins. And so we had somebody take her back to the coast so she wouldn't be hitching a ride.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. That was so funny. And she brought me some candy corn. She brought eggnog candy corn from a candy factory up there. Oh, so.
Oh.
You got to have your glasses.
Well, I'm sitting here looking, trying to see.
They're talking about the books.
Okay,
because I messed you up, but anyway.
A lot of people saying they have all 3 of them. They're awesome. The chat's going so fast.
Who sells popcorn? Okay.
McCaskill
Family Farms in Braggadocia, Missouri.
Yes.
It is. You can get organic popcorn. You can, and if they still have some, they grow it there. Mr. Steve and I think what is like Miss K.
Miss K.
Mr. Steve and Miss K. Tell him Deep South sent you. He gets a kick out every time somebody from Deep South orders popcorn.
Yeah.
I have like a 25-pound bag of it. Danny and I eat popcorn almost
we eat a lot of
4 days.
Yeah, we eat a lot of popcorn. You know, I mean, it's pretty. It's not that it's not healthy for you, because it is healthy for you.
Yeah. All right, so do our multiplying onions stay in the ground all year? Yes.
Yes, they stay in the ground. Rod Knocker's fishing. They stay in the ground all year here.
So.
Crypto Trucker says, I hate going to California. Brother, I feel your pain. I was a trucker for years. We owned a trucking company for years. And California is one of those places we just stopped going to.
Lisa, Active Agent, says she's ready to run
says,
really fast.
T-Bear.
Okay, T-Bear, if you will, please send me your address at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Now, let me see if I can show what we're doing next week. I got to see if I can slide this over and get to it. Okay, there it is.
What are you trying to do here now?
Right here. Y'all see this? This is Miss Lippy's gift box that she's done up, and next week we're giving this away. And it's got all her blends. There's 5 of them. It's got the fish coating when you fry fish. It's got when you do a crab boil, and it's got all her little help you feel betters. I ain't gonna say the word in case they want to pull me down, because she got in trouble for saying that SALVE word.
Yeah.
Or she thinks that's why. So it's the help you feel betters. Yeah. And so she's going to send this to somebody who's going to win next week. But you guys got to be present next week. And you got to know your Lippy history. And if you don't know your Lippy history, you got to look up Miss Lippy on YouTube.
Everybody says we're buffering or we're stalled.
Back. Okay, we're back. Did y'all hear me talk about Miss Lippy? Let me know.
Everybody's saying congrats, T-Bear.
All right, where did you get your walking onions?
I don't have any walking onions. Most of our walking onions died, didn't they?
No,
the Egyptian walking onion?
We don't have any left, no.
We have none of those left. We sold all that we had. And then I think the drought killed the rest of them. We have multiplying onions that I've had for, gosh, probably 20 years. I got them from Williamsville up in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Yeah. So next week, you guys just be in the chat because we're going to give away that box from Miss Lippy to somebody. And I see everybody saying they want it, they want it, they want it. It'd make a really nice Christmas gift. And it is in a beautiful Christmas box. I just didn't show the Christmas box, but she's got it in a beautiful Christmas box. So you're going to be getting your Christmas present early from Miss Lippy if you win.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing about it is, y'all, Miss Lippy does some fantastic work.
And she does all her own. She mixes every blend. She knows everything that goes in it. She orders and mixes every blend. She's not ordering from a company and packaging it and reselling it.
Yeah.
And her feel-good stuff, y'all just want some feel-good stuff.
Yeah.
I got a supply over here on my cabinet. Her lippy stick works really good on your lips. I don't know if she put any lippy stick in there. I didn't see that. I forgot to look. Somebody says they're asking, are we relocating to Pecan Grove? That's what he's saying.
No.
We are getting it ready for our gardening because gardening here is getting difficult.
We're going to be letting Deep South Homestead rest this coming year because I've been gardening here now for 20-something years, and the land just needs to rest. And we have all this other land over here now. We just need to take advantage of it. In order for me to do that, I have to be able to build an infrastructure over there so that we can have everything over there that we have here.
All right, T-Bear, you can thank Miss Lou, just Lou.
Exermi Does Stuff says, can you say my name?
I don't know. We tried it, but whatever.
Exermi Does Stuff.
I don't.
That's the closest I can come.
All right. Let's see. Where are we at now?
Hold on. I saw something there. I got to go back and look at
every week that we live stream, we're going to be giving away something nice. And we're going to be doing something really nice from Hills Mills in a couple of weeks. And I can't remember where else. We got other things coming up. Mr. Ray said, thanks for the continued prayers for his wife.
Yeah.
Somebody said Miss Lippy's an amazing cook. She is an amazing cook. So you guys better know your Lippy history because we're going to ask the question next week on Lippy. And the first one that pops up with the answer.
I saw a question I was going to try to get to, and I can't find it no more. I didn't get to read all of it.
You just read part of it.
Okay, here it is. C. Roberts. Danny, did you get a chance to look at the sand heater? I saw one today where he made a sand battery. He was using a diesel heater to heat it up. Actually, C. Roberts, there's some information out there. I guess I can say this. It's not secret, I don't think.
It's all over the internet now, I think.
All your cell phones that you have out there today are made from sand. And most all of the batteries for these things now is all made out of sand. They have the technology now to actually make batteries from sand. That's not new. That's been going on for quite a while now. As a matter of fact, these $500 and $1,000 cell phones everybody's buying is only cost about $11 to make. So.
All right, now Lippy, Miss Sandra Farman wants to know: do you have that box for sale, or can you put that box for sale on your site? Can you take pictures of it and duplicate it for people to buy if they want to send it as a gift? So I'm pretty sure she could make up some gift boxes of some sort if you want. She should be able to.
Okay, oh, that was Deb. She says, thanks for giving away the season of books.
Where?
You jumped it. It was somewhere back there. I saw it.
Deb, I'm sorry. When we move it, it goes crazy.
It jumped. I
didn't think I was that far back.
Okay, hold on. I remember this. Okay, it's after that, I think. You have to scroll back down the other way.
The other way, okay.
Because it was a pretty big comment. I was trying to read it, and you just jumped.
Yeah. Let's see.
Anyway.
Danny, should I plant my blueberry plants in the ground in the winter or the spring? That's Lady Hammer.
Lady Hammer, you can plant your blueberries in the winter. It's fine. All
right. Laura Lamontanero said, do you prepare for potatoes with high yield aluminum sulfate? That is ammonium sulfate. That is something. Is that something I should do in the winter?
We don't really prepare
jumping.
We don't really, Laura, we don't really prepare anything for our potatoes in the wintertime. I only put the fertilizer out when I plant the potatoes, and then I'll side dress them one time after I grow them. And after that, we don't really, we plow them and don't really fool with them again.
Yeah. Somebody said they got an aftershave commercial.
Well, that ain't because of me.
Has your groundwater table dropped?
Yes, our groundwater table has dropped, yes.
Let's see, what else? How do you winterize strawberries?
We just cover ours up, Chicken Checker 19, we just cover ours up with some pine straw. And don't worry about them. Usually they do pretty good up underneath the pine straw or the leaves, and the next spring they pop right back through.
Yeah. That's something we've got to do a bed over at Pecan Grove.
Yeah.
Strawberries and asparagus.
And asparagus, yeah.
We're trying to get things at both places because we feel like the land over there is better. The ground has not been farmed in so long till we can get all the yopons and...
Yeah.
Smilax.
Jennifer Ann Fox says, Danny, me and my husband noticed we have seen no squirrels this fall. We usually see a lot. What does this mean? We've got too many here. So I don't know, unless there's no food source for them. That would be the only thing that I could think of, because here we have tons and tons and tons of them.
All right, I was trying to see somebody. It keeps jumping. I guess because I don't know.
There's Prep for Eternity. Hello, Mr. Donnie.
Can't you just leave strawberries in pots over winter?
Yes, you can leave your strawberries in pots over winter. A strawberry plant usually, after the second year, needs to be replanted with another plant, because after the second year it really doesn't do as good as it would. Your new plants that you plant actually do better than the old plants do.
Pamela said that her well water is very acidic. What can you do to add
to my garden?
To the gardens to balance
this. If your well water is acidic, they make a water softener that you can actually put on your well. I've installed several of them on people's houses before to actually help neutralize the water if your water is too acidic.
Is anybody having sound issues? We are going in and out, so I don't know if it's staying in very well. Strawberries do pretty good now. During the heat of the summer this year, I almost lost a lot of them.
Yeah.
It was just so hot, and you couldn't. I mean, their little roots are right on top of the ground, and it just bakes. And even in the high tunnels, they were having a time, but they managed to make it through. The Knit Queen Solo said, Mr. Danny and Miss Wanda, please let hunters know about the
chronic wasting disease affecting deer, elk, and moose. Yeah, there is some states are having a lot of issues. Now, if you kill a deer in Mississippi on public land, like a wildlife management area and all that, you have to check it in and they have to test. They like to test it to see if there's any chronic wasting disease in any of the deer in any of these management areas and stuff like that. We have one deer on our place that has I believe it to be a cancer on the side of its head.
Yeah.
Now, this deer has not been back in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
We only caught, this is a her.
There's a doe.
We caught her on the camera a couple of 3 times, but in the last 2 or 3 weeks she's not been back. So I don't know if she was just traveling through or something happened.
I don't know.
So we were going to be watching for her.
I was just going to take her out.
Now, Mr. Donnie, Prepped for Eternity, says prayer request after the new year. Jennifer and he are going to a different ministry path as a simple home church. He said he's always been an institutional pastor. So we need to pray for them because churches...
Well, Mr. Donnie, stop and look at it this way. The first church in the Bible, called The Way, was actually held in people's houses. They were not held in a synagogue. They were not held in a church building or anything like that. They went from house to house, and the church was called The Way. And they met daily, literally, instead of meeting on Sundays, which is not actually the day of worship anyway, but and Wednesdays and all that kind of stuff. That's a man-made thing. But the church actually met daily in people's houses, and the church was called The Way. So, yeah, my prayers go out to you, and I don't.
You've been part of a house church.
I have been part of a house church. I have, and
on a couple occasions, actually.
2 different occasions, and big churches came from it. So, it's not don't let it bother you. It's not a bad thing. Many times God opens those doors for us to start our churches in homes, only to go on to bigger and better things later, because you can have a more personalized ministry, I guess is the best way to put it.
So Susan wants to know, do you water your overwintered peppers?
I water my peppers in the winter time maybe once every 3 weeks or something like that, because they're not really growing. You just want to keep the roots damp. You don't want to keep them wet, because you keep them wet, they'll smother and die. So you don't want to water them too much.
All right, Debbie Lofton says, I have my onions planted. When do you fertilize them, and with what?
I fertilize my onions when I plant them, heavy when I plant them, and then after I get them, they start showing their first new leaves coming out. Every 2 weeks after that, I fertilize them with, some people, I've used Miracle Grow on them and had pretty good success, but I also use ammonium nitrate to fertilize my onions with, because onions are heavy ammonia feeders, and they really need not ammonium nitrate, calcium nitrate. They need the calcium and they need the ammonia. So I buy 5-pound bags of calcium nitrate, and I fertilize them once every 2 weeks once they start putting on new leaves.
All right, Rod Knockers wants to know, what's the old bone-handled knife you carry, a case or a book?
I'm trying to remember. I've got so many knives.
That yellow one, isn't it a case? Take out whichever one you got in your pocket. You probably use it on a regular basis, and
I'm not sure if this is the one he's talking about.
Mr. John said he's been a part of a house church for nearly 20 years. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, this is the only one I carry right here. This is a case.
It's about wore out. He's got a new one.
I've got a brand new one. I
think was it Hoss Tools that sent a brand new one?
No, Miss Lippy.
Miss Lippy. That's right. I knew somebody sent one.
This is a Case XX75.
He's had that one.
I've had this knife for, I don't even know how many years. As a matter of fact, the blade on it right here, I've sharpened it so much that it's almost gone.
Miss Lippy sent him a backup.
She sent me a backup. It's an old timer, though, I believe.
Yeah.
And then this one right here, the second knife blade in the knife, we all know what that one's for, and it's to how shall I say this? Emasculate male animals would be the easiest way to put it.
Okay.
Okay.
That way. All right, I'm trying to think. I know there's
Have we
some.
covered everything tonight that we
I
wanted to
don't
cover? Have we
know.
give away everything we wanted to give away? That goes with that. Or does it?
No, that
No,
was the extra.
that was an extra one. Okay.
Okay, maybe.
Okay, we showed everything that came this week, or
Maybe.
okay. I guess I'm sitting here trying to think. Have we missed anything?
I don't.
I don't
know.
want to miss anything.
I can't remember.
I haven't been here in over a week, so I don't know what all you got.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. Jennifer Ann said that her daddy used to carry. A lot of people carried the case.
Yeah.
And then if they didn't, it was the book. That's why he asked, because it would be in the old timer.
Yeah,
That
case, book, and old timer. And I was raised as a kid. My daddy always told me, you want a knife that's made in Germany, and you want a knife that has brass inserts in it, and you want a knife that's not stainless steel. You know, these are things that I was raised from a kid.
Yeah. And always carry a knife.
I always carry a knife. I even told my girls, don't ever marry a guy that doesn't carry a knife.
Let me check both of your
I know.
son-in-laws.
Well, one of them I don't know about yet, but I mean.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know on either one.
I don't even know, really.
Miss Mary, can you help me find a farmer that needs a good wife? I don't know any farmers.
I'm not in the matchmaking business.
I don't know any that aren't married. Not that has land and looking for somebody.
Yeah.
Most everybody's a couple. Or it's a single woman.
Yeah.
That's the biggest.
There's a lot of single women out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Well, we're at our time.
Yeah, you can overwinter strawberries in a green stalk. I have several green stalks, and I keep mine, and they are having a sale. I don't know if the sales went off yet. They're having a Black Friday sale, and before I forget, Greenstock sent me a big gift basket for Christmas, and it had a couple of sweatshirts and some candy and some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring it. I'll have to show it next time, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Greenstock is having their Black Friday sales too, if anybody's interested in those. And so what else are we looking at? Clucky's Chicken says, I'm a woman and I carry a knife. They're so handy. I keep one in my purse.
Wanda keeps one in her purse.
I don't keep it on me, but I keep one in my purse because every time I turn around, if I'm going somewhere doing something, I have to open something.
Jan says she has her grandma's Case XX scissors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all, scissors are something that...
Ted Vickner, board certified attorney CPA, says, I'm available.
All right, talk to him.
Yeah, talk to him then. There you go.
So, scissors is something that when I was little, my mom had this pair of black
I can't let this one get by.
Scissors that were heavy and cut like crazy. She would take and have them sharpened. Now, scissors are crap. You can't keep them, you can't cut. What you looking for?
Okay. Ms. Sue Miller says, tell me how the quince is doing. Mine are just sitting outside freezing. I actually have mine in potted containers, and they're sitting outside, and they're doing fine so far. As a matter of fact, they look like they might be putting on a little new growth in the top, which if they do, I'm gonna have to move them in out of the cold because it'll just bite it and kill it. But but mine's doing fine so far.
Miss Gail says lots of boys but few men.
This is true. This is true. This is true. And the one thing I've noticed, a lot of the younger women today are looking for older men because all the young guys, they're not very manly, I guess would be the word.
And there's not many true women anymore either.
True.
So let's just put it out there. Most of the young girls, middle-aged girls, are looking for one thing or two things, partying and sex. And
that's it.
And so if you're a guy, you're not looking for a wife from that. If you are, you're looking in the wrong place.
Right.
And so you got both sides of the aisle.
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword, really.
So I would hate to be dating. It freaked me out a little bit to be dating when Danny and I were 50 years old.
We were 50 years old
when we met, and God just put us together, because I don't know that I could have done a dating scene and all the things that goes on with that. That would just have been crazy.
This is true.
So people are putting up prayer requests, and we want to remember Donald, Dee's husband, Miss Allison. She lost a fostered child this past week. Actually, it was an older woman, but she fostered her as a child, put it that way. 33 years old. I'm trying to think who else I've heard this week tell me that something's going on, but I can't remember. I'm getting sleepy.
I'm sitting here.
Kids today are soft and lazy.
Well, some do still work.
When you find one that will help and do.
Yeah.
We've come across a few.
We've come across a couple. Yeah.
And any guy
available around 70. Oh man.
See, Tambra says I want somebody to help build fence and garden.
Yeah.
We need somebody to help build fence.
I need someone who likes to build fences, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Mary says, for real, Danny and Wanda, looking for a homesteading man.
Y'all,
look.
I wouldn't know where to tell you.
I wouldn't know what to tell you or where to tell you. That's a God thing right there now. I mean.
Pretty much.
I know when my wife passed away, Miss Debbie, I was 50 years old, and I said, you know what, Lord, I ain't dated in a long, long time. I said, you going to have to bring this woman to me, because I don't know how I'm going to find her, you know, and you know, so and when God literally brought Wanda to me, literally.
Yep. Deidre says she needs a job, so, and I see others are asking. JT West is in here.
Hey, Jay.
And he said he has gained 2 daughters.
He said he's proud of the 2 daughters he gained. Now, Joey's got 2 boys that work with him. I mean, the videos, those boys work, you know.
Will be cool. He says, I have 40 acres near Deep South. I'm looking for a rich woman.
I don't know, Wilby. You get them rich women, you're looking for high maintenance now. I don't know if you want a high maintenance woman or not.
Yeah.
Dee says, my granddaughter 22 says she won't want a nice guy. She wants a good man. Yeah. Yeah, good luck on that one. I agree with him.
Well, we've got a really great community here, and, you know, we're not trying to matchmake or anything like that, but there's a lot of single people out there that wishes they had somebody that could help with the load. And even Danny and I, as a couple, we do what we can to help each other, but there's times that we just need an extra hand, and we've been very fortunate that my son Jesse comes by occasionally and helps out, and Chris, he has just been wonderful. Danny can call him and say, hey, look, you got any available time, and he'll tell us, and he shows up and helps, and so Chris has been a big blessing to us.
Now we've got friends like Barrett and them that have 2 boys that are hard workers.
Those 2 are hard workers.
They're hard working boys now. And, I call them boys. They're young men now.
They're in their 20s.
They're in their 20s now. Great guys.
One of them's getting married.
Yeah, great guys.
The other one may in the near future, but
yeah, they're really good women.
And you know, there's young men around that are still young men.
Yeah.
And there's young women that are still young women.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful where you look.
Yeah. You got
the internet usually ain't it.
Yeah, the internet's not the place to look for them. Of
Bar
course, although
not it.
I did meet Miss Wanda on the internet.
I know.
And that was a rare occasion.
I'm praying for Judy. Wild turkey. I've taught for 35 years, and they sure have changed. Yeah.
Miss Gail says, is the stuff going on the air affecting people's mental health? Miss Gail, it will for the next 2 to 3 days.
Might affect your heart a little bit.
It can affect your heart a little bit if you have
issues.
heart issues, and it is going to affect the mental health of people for probably the next 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, just y'all be careful. Let's see, where are we at? Let's just pray and then see if Danny has any tips.
We'll see. Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. We've had a good week, and we thank you for it. We've been blessed, and you've been good to us. You've allowed us to accomplish all the goals that we've set before us, and we thank you for that. Lord, we thank you that we've got what little rain that we've got. It's been needed very, very badly, and we thank you so much for that. We're supposed to get a little bit more tomorrow maybe, and we thank you that ahead of time that you're going to send what we need. And Lord, there's a lot of people here tonight that's had a lot of prayer requests, and I pray for people, Lord. Wanda and I have our own issues, but we find that when we pray for others, that our own issues don't seem like they're as bad as we feel like they are. And I do pray for others, Lord. Even your scripture says, the prayer of an effectual righteous man availeth much. And Lord, we do believe in those words that you speak there. We believe that people can pray for other people, and it can be effective when they do. And that's what we want to do here tonight. The people have been bold enough to put their request out before you, and they took the first step. I'm going to take the second step by saying that I acknowledge that they mentioned these prayer requests, and Lord, that you've seen them. And now I'm asking you, Lord, to take the third step and to, because of their boldness, to step out there and answer these people's requests, Lord, in a way that not only will benefit them, but will glorify the kingdom of heaven also. And I pray that they won't be like the 10 that got healed and only one returned to say thank you. The other 9 just went on about their way. And I just pray that, Lord, that anyone who receives good news from you will come back and they'll give a praise report so that they can glorify your name. And Father, we, sitting here tonight, we've been joking about some stuff, but there's a lot of people here tonight, Lord, who needs a mate. and I don't know why everybody don't have the mates that they need. Maybe you don't intend for them to have one. I don't know. But if you do, I'm going to ask tonight that you bring that person into their lives and help them to be able to be complete. Anyone who's ever studied the Hebrew or the Jewish traditions also knows that they have a phrase that says a man without a wife is only half a man. And you said that man's not whole when he's by himself, and it's not good for man to be alone. So, Lord, there are times that you intend for us to be married. It's a good thing, you've said. So I pray that if anyone here tonight needs a mate, you'll provide it for them, Father. So go with us tonight. Help us to rest comfortably. We love you, and we appreciate all you do for us. We ask this in Christ's name. Amen. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Now,
we do want to, they're saying pray for Dean.
Yeah.
I see Christian. There's several people that have been mentioned. And we do want to pray for our nation and our world. We don't want to get into all that, but there's a lot going on, and you got to keep your eyes open, but don't dwell on these things. Don't sit glued to a TV watching every single thing that goes on. Know it's happening and know what's going on.
Yes. Yes.
Now, do you have a tip?
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to look here. I like to look and see what people are saying.
Mary Beth's the first one. She said tip.
Tip. Tiptoe through the tulips. Okay.
Oh Lord, don't start that. You know how many people's gonna be singing that song?
I know. I mean, it's been one of those things. I'm gonna be like these old people used to do. You know how you used to? You went in a pharmacy or
the doctor's
office or the grocery
librarian,
and they're sitting here like
teachers.
This. Yeah, teachers wearing their reading glasses like this.
Yeah,
that's we're telling our age now when we do that.
Nobody does that now.
Nobody does that.
Well, I mean, not saying nobody. Somebody does.
I'm sure.
I'm
doing it. So
where do we get our Alexa Pures? There's a link in the description. Preparewithdeepsouth.com.
Yeah.
It is My Patriot Supply.
Yeah.
Anybody that needs any freeze-dried, long storage food, My Patriot Supply.
My Patriot Supply. We get ours from there.
Preparewithdeepsouth.com. All right. See, I don't do commercials very often.
No.
But somebody asked. Tips may be hard to say.
Well, I'm going to give you a tip tonight. And I want you to think about the tip that I'm going to give you. Because if you be honest with yourself, the tip I'm going to give you tonight may strike home with you because it struck home with me. Because I'm guilty of this as much as many, many people that I know are. And the tip tonight is do not lie to yourself. Because there's so many people out there that unknowingly lies to themselves. Because we have a tendency as people to paint pictures of what different lifestyles might be like. I mean, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of thinking that if I just had this, I would be able to live this way and my life would be so much different. Or I think I would be a better person, or I'd be able to do this better or that better. And come to find out that once I got where I was going and the life I was trying to live, I had the same problems there that I had when I left the place I was at. You know, I mean, I moved to central Mississippi one time thinking that life would be better for me. And got up there and had the same problems that haunted me there that I had when I left here. And realized that nothing had really changed, so I came back home. And there's many times in our lives, some people say, well, if I could just live in the mountains, or if I could just move to another state, or if I could just get out of this hellhole that I'm in, or if I could just go off grid, if I could just do this, or if I could just do that, I think my life would just be so much better. Only to do that and to take that step and to realize that once you took the step, the same problems that you left behind are there to greet you when you get to your new destination. And you really haven't accomplished anything other than changing locations, maybe. So, don't take it to heart. I'm not trying to pinpoint any one particular person, because I myself, I'll be the first to admit I've been guilty of this. I used to sit back and I used to read certain books, the Foxfire books even, and I would see how the people lived and up in the Appalachian Mountains, and man, I wanted to live in the Appalachian Mountains so bad. I would go back and forth to the mountains, and I would try to find places and meet people, and I'd try to just, I wanted to live that life so bad, and I did go up for a while, and I went to Pennsylvania as a matter of fact, and went to Amish school and all this kind of stuff, and realized that once I got there that everything that I left behind was there waiting on me when I got there, and I just turned around and come home. So pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're reading, and don't let your mind lie to you into thinking that something might be different on the other side of the fence. That is my tip tonight.
Yeah, you do need something to dream about.
There's nothing wrong with dreams now.
And that's not what he's talking about.
No.
Lots of times we get ahead of God.
Yeah.
And I guess like our dream of having Pecan Grove, Danny and I had known for several years even when we married, that we might not stay here at Deep South.
Right.
And when we started the YouTube channel, we still knew that at some point we might move from here.
Yeah.
And we had been looking for land, and we, you know, we went all over the place, several states looking for land. And then we just quit looking. And God put it almost like not far off, and we never even thought about it.
Yeah.
It just happened when we finally quit looking, and when we weren't doing things, when we trusted God. If you want us to have a place, then you got to do it, because we can't find it. And when you take we out of the situation and say, here, God, lots of times your prayers get answered.
This is true, and everybody goes, well, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Well, sometimes the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence because there's a septic tank over there. You know, and everybody knows the grass grows greener on top of a septic tank. So take that and, you know, think about that. There might be a bunch of crap on the other side of the fence making that grass greener. So don't, you know, just because it's greener don't mean it's good.
And sometimes where you're at, if you'll sit and, like Danny said, find solutions. This year's been about solutions. Sometimes you have to find the solutions where you're at. You might can make the grass greener. I mean, that's what we've done here at Deep South.
Yeah.
We've made the things happen that we were looking for in other places. Danny's like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do this here. I'm going to go ahead and do this here. I'm going to, even though we were looking, we didn't stop building. We didn't stop planting. We didn't stop trying different things. We've got high tunnels that work. We have ponds that worked until this year.
Yeah.
You know, and so we've tried a lot of things. And so I'm just thankful to have the opportunities where we're at.
Yeah.
So where are we going?
Okay. Everybody's wanting to know what's in the air. Let me put it to you this way. We had some solar events take place here a while back that's just now reaching the Earth this week end, and they're going to affect people, the magnetic changes in the atmosphere, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but the magnetic changes in the atmosphere is going to affect people mentally, because your brain works off of wavelengths. And I'm not going to go into all the details on this, because you probably wouldn't understand it if I did, and it's not important anyway. The important thing is that you just know that there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of psychological issues.
The internet could have issues.
The internet could have issues, true, but there's going to be more psychological issues this week and weekend than they have been in a while, because of what's going on in the solar system.
Yeah. So it's mainly to deal with solar.
Yeah.
If that's what y'all are asking.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. We got to get out of here. Let me put my tablet back up here where I won't walk over here and forget it.
I got to look them verses up on them chapters.
Yeah, see what you put in my book and why.
Y'all, we appreciate each one of you. Try to be here next week when we give away Miss Lippy's big box.
Her box of
then
goodies.
The next week, Hill's Meals. And then we'll figure out. I'm going to do a Deep South box of some sort. And that will be the week of Christmas. And I know some people don't celebrate Christmas. That's okay.
That's okay.
We like giving stuff away,
still like
regardless
giving stuff
of
away.
whether it's Christmas, New Year's, or my birthday, or it's simply
Whatever.
just a Saturday night.
Yeah.